two guys on the back? I don't know.
The estimated drinking field is 1,952.
Just barely.
Earl, if you need some help here during the race, I know they're coming at you. Might be difficult for you to see sometimes. Just let me know and I can maybe clear him through here. Roger. Are you ready?
What are you doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ready for some fun?
Championship
you and I have a
cars
different
are
idea of fun.
identified
Spoiler.
Yeah.
10-4-30.
Yeah, there's pink spoilers and pink windshield banners.
All right, we're going to roll. We have 3 sets of tires.
And front splitter.
Clay, where'd you go?
I had to go to the pit. Something disconnected with the shifter. Yeah, I don't know. I got in it just now.
1.
We should be behind the 33.
2.
We start behind the 57. We're on 1 to go.
Surprising.
Everybody remember, 1 lap at a time, 1 car at a time.
Yeah, playoffs in Bristol, I think, and hockey playoffs all at the same time.
Pace cars off. You ready? Green flag.
3. 4.
Lap time 24.002.
Inside.
P21. Laps of
Still there,
fuel
door.
170.
Clear inside.
On lap 2 of 150. Lap time 16.162. P22. Laps of fuel 185. On lap 3 of 150.
Low in front of you guys.
Lap time 16.173. P21. Laps of fuel 193. On lap 4 of 150.
Good lap.
Lap time 15.597. P21. Laps of fuel 192. On lap 5 of 150. Lap time 16.340. P20. Laps of fuel 193. On lap 6 of 150.
14.929. Great lap.
Lap time 15.181. P20. Laps of fuel 191. On lap 7 of 150.
That's good. Just keep going
Lap
like that,
time
my man.
15.097. P20. Laps of fuel 188. On lap 8 of 150. Lap time 15.180. P20. Laps of fuel 186. On lap 9 of 150. Lap time 15.125. P20. Laps of fuel 184. On lap 10 of 150. Lap time 15.335. P20. Laps of fuel 183. On lap 11 of 150. Lap time 15.266. P20. Laps of fuel 182. On lap 12 of 150.
15.054.
Lap time 15.373. P20.
Still inside.
Laps of fuel
You're clear,
182. On lap 13 of 150. Lap time 15.649. P19. Laps of fuel 180. On lap 14 of 150. Lap time 15.312. P19. Laps of fuel 179. On lap 15 of 150. Lap time 15.229. P19. Laps of fuel 177. On lap 16 of 150. Lap time 15.335. P19. Laps of fuel 176. On lap 17 of 150. Lap time 15.233. P19. Laps of fuel 175. On lap 18 of 150. Lap time 15.409. P19.
Outside.
Laps of fuel 173. On lap 19 of 150. Lap time 15.420. P19. Laps of fuel 172. On lap 20 of 150.
Clear low. Spit up, my man. Tell him you're on the wave.
Lap time 16.003. P19. Laps of fuel 172. On lap 21 of 150. Lap time 15.467. P19. Laps of fuel 170. On lap 22 of 150. Lap time 15.361. P19. Laps of fuel 169. On lap 23 of 150. Lap time 15.426. P19. Laps of fuel 167. On lap 24 of 150. Lap time 15.447. P19. Laps of fuel 166. On lap 25 of 150.
Still outside.
Lap time 15.510. P19. Laps of fuel 165.
Outside, still there.
On lap 26
Clear
of
high.
150. Lap time 15.526. P19. Laps of fuel 164. On lap 27 of 150.
You can get to know here.
Lap time 15.357.
You're okay. I'm just
P19.
trying not to spit out.
Laps of fuel 163. On lap 28 of
about that,
150.
Oh, that was nothing.
I kind of back in, got loose, slid right.
Lap
in.
time 15.506.
Gonna stay here,
P19.
low leaders.
Laps of
Rate the
fuel
other guys, don't worry about him right now.
162. On lap 29 of 150.
Inside.
Lap time 15.552.
Doing a good job,
P19.
bud. Nothing out the back.
Laps of fuel
The gap is
161.
2.1. You're
On lap
clear.
30 of
Leaders at
150.
15.406.
Lap time 16.031. P20. Laps of fuel 160. On lap 31 of 150. Lap time 15.376. P20. Laps of fuel 158. On lap 32 of 150. Lap time 15.484. P20. Laps of fuel 157. On lap 33 of 150. Lap time 15.471. P20. Laps of fuel 156.
Go high, you're fast.
On lap 34 of 150.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
Lap time 15.479. P20. Laps of fuel 155. On lap 35 of 150. Lap time
Guys are
15.499.
running 15.51.
Laps of fuel 153. On lap 36 of 150.
Dave, go low, you can have it.
Lap time 15.490. P20.
Just running, that's all.
Laps of fuel
Yeah, no, it's all good. I just-
152.
We're running different
On lap
lines.
37 of 150. Lap time 15.616. P20.
62 pit.
Laps of fuel 151. On lap 38 of 150. Lap time 15.579. P19.
Knows you're coming.
Laps of fuel
Inside. All clear, my
150.
man.
On lap 39 of 150. Lap time 15.760. P19. Laps of fuel 149.
Outside.
On lap 40 of
Door
150.
outside. Still outside.
Lap time
Door
16.038.
outside. Clear high, clear high.
P19. Laps of fuel 148. On lap 41 of 150. Lap time 15.559.
Your fast guys are running
P18.
15.8.
Laps of fuel 147. On
Door
lap
outside.
42 of 150.
Clear, clear, clear.
Lap time 15.684.
Outside. And
P18.
clear.
Laps of fuel 146. On lap 43 of 150. Lap time
Outside.
15.717.
Still outside.
Laps of fuel 145.
Still out there.
On lap 44 of 150.
Clear high.
Lap time 15.710. P17. Laps of fuel 144. On lap 45 of 150. Lap time 15.576. P17. Laps of fuel 142. On lap 46 of 150. Lap time
Should be on paint
15.500.
on that right side by now.
P17. Laps of fuel 141. On lap 47 of 150. Lap time 15.613. P17.
Your fast guys are running 15.
Laps of fuel 140.
7.
On lap 48 of 150.
Good job, good job. Nothing out the back. The gap is 2.1.
Lap time 15.685.
Outside.
Yep.
P17.
Still outside.
Laps of fuel 139. On
Clear.
lap 49 of 150. Lap time 15.713. P16. Laps of fuel 138. On lap 50 of 150. Lap time 15.710. P16. Laps of fuel 136. On lap 51 of 150.
Outside.
Lap time 15.786.
Still there.
P16. Laps of fuel
Can't tell
135.
yet. You're
On
clear
lap
if you need it.
52 of 150. Lap time 15.872. P15. Laps of fuel 134. On lap 53 of 150.
Outside.
Lap time
Outside.
15.952.
Clears at a
P15.
15.8.
Laps of fuel 133. On lap 54
Outside.
of 150.
Clear, clear.
Lap time 16.113. P15.
Outside.
Laps of fuel 132. On lap 55 of 150.
He's there outside.
Lap time 16.032.
Still outside.
P15. Laps of fuel 131. On
Clear.
lap 56
Outside.
of 150.
Still there at your door.
Yeah.
Still outside. Clear outside.
Lap time
Outside.
16.493.
Clear
P16.
high. Outside. Outside.
Laps of fuel 131.
Outside clear.
On lap 57 of 150.
Can't tell yet. All clear.
Lap time 16.844.
Outside.
P16. Laps
Still
of fuel
outside.
130.
Clear high.
On
Clear
lap
high.
58 of 150.
Hello, John.
Outside.
Lap time 16.172.
Still outside.
P16.
Thanks, sir.
Laps of fuel 129. On
I'll
lap
let you know earlier
59
if I
of
went side by side.
150.
Yeah, I saw it.
Lap time
Fast guys running
15.989.
15.928.
Laps of fuel 128. On lap 60 of 150. Lap time 15.944.
Working the top.
P15. Laps of fuel 127. On lap 61 of
Still outside.
150.
Still there. Door outside.
Lap time 16.084.
Clear high. Clear
P14.
high.
Laps of fuel 126. On lap 62 of 150. Lap time 15.988. P14. Laps of fuel 125. On lap 63 of 150. Lap time 15.935.
Come on through, low J.
P14. Laps of fuel 124.
Underscore ride.
On lap 64 of 150. Lap time 15.993. P14. Laps of fuel 123. On lap 65
Outside.
of 150.
Still outside. Clear.
Yeah, I'd say.
Lap time
Leaders running
16.317.
16.377.
P14. Laps of fuel
I wasn't ready for him to get stuck in
122.
the wall like that.
On lap 66 of
It's on the way to
150.
be there.
No, that could have ended a
Lap
lot
time
worse than it did.
16.289. P14. Laps of fuel 121. On lap 67 of 150. Lap time 16.074. P14. Laps of fuel 120. On lap 68 of 150.
good. Thank you.
Lap time 15.970.
Quarter outside.
P14.
Clear if you
Laps
need
of
it.
fuel 119. On lap 69 of
Outside.
150.
Clear. Outside.
Lap time 16.051.
Still outside.
P14. Laps of fuel
You're clear, him.
118.
Outside.
On lap 70 of 150.
At your door, outside. Still there.
26 fitting.
Lap time
You're clear.
16.177. P13. Laps of fuel 117. On lap 71 of 150. Lap time 15.995.
16.002.
Laps of fuel 116. On lap 72 of 150. Lap time 16.121. P11. Laps of fuel 115. On lap 73 of 150.
26 exiting.
Very nice work,
Lap
my
time
man.
16.105. P10.
Stand low.
Laps of fuel 114.
99 pitting it.
On lap 74 of 150. Lap time 16.160. P10. Laps of fuel 113. On lap 75 of
Get up, my man. We're only
150.
halfway. No, you're busy, but when you get above it, just try to tell me
Lap
what you
time
got.
16.146. P10. Laps of fuel 112. On lap 76 of 150. Lap time 16.121. P10. Laps of fuel 111. On lap 77 of 150.
Leaders running 16.
Lap time 16.138.
Outside. Still
P10.
out there. Keep
Laps
faster,
of
man.
fuel
I keep telling 'em.
110.
I'm working up here.
On lap
Clear.
78 of 150. Lap time 16.331. P10. Laps of fuel 109. On lap 79 of 150.
93 pitting.
Outside.
Lap
Still out
time
there at the door.
16.230. P10.
Still out there.
Laps of fuel
Clear
108.
him.
On lap 80
Outside.
of 150.
Still outside. Clear high.
Lap time 16.456. P10. Laps of fuel 107. On lap 81 of 150.
Slowing on the bottom. I don't know what happened to him. Outside.
Lap
Full
time
car in front of you on the bottom.
16.340.
Still there.
Wrecking here, wrecking.
Outside is
P10.
clear.
Laps of fuel 106.
Good job, man. Don't change your
On
line.
lap
They're
82
gonna move.
of 150.
What have you got? Closed.
3,
Lap time
Get behind the
17.265.
12.
2,
P10. Laps of fuel 106. On lap 83 of 150.
Pit road is open.
3,
Lap time
Coming
28.568.
around at 12. Coming
P9.
behind at 33.
Laps of fuel
Should be lining up behind the
105.
33.
On lap 84 of 150.
3, 2,
You're going to be
Lap
lining up
time
behind the 33.
20.498.
You're going to be
P7.
lining up behind the
Laps
40.
of fuel 104. On lap 85 of 150. 1035.
Thought it was on the wall,
900.
Brian. I might have not given it to
800.
him. I don't know.
You got the black flag.
700.
I was coming up into
Too
there.
fast to the road.
600.
Be safe.
Huh,
500.
okay. We got
400.
start in the rear. Behind
300.
the 93. Look for that
200.
pit box.
100.
1,
0.
2,
Lap time 43.697. P8.
Alright, looks like you're
Laps of
lining
fuel
up behind the
104.
25. Looks
On
like
lap
you'll be lining up
86
behind
of
the 2.
150.
4, 3, 2,
Should be lining up behind that 64. Tail end of the
185.
field. Remember, first
100.
one call in, 1 to go.
0.
Go, man, go, 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 go. Hard, 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 hard.
2,
Lap time 55.424. P10.
That's
Laps
nice,
of fuel
deep breath here.
103.
Ready to go.
On lap
Looks like
87
you
of
should line up on the
150.
inside. Pace cars off. Be ready. Ready.
Going
Ready.
speaking.
You'll be lining up behind the 39. Fast guys running 46.2. 4, 4. In front of you, in front of you, in front of you. Got to get through this traffic, girl. Sit forward.
Lap time 25.025. P10. Laps of fuel 102. On lap 88 of 150.
That's it, man. Get up to his bumper. No move.
Lap time 15.802. P10. Laps of fuel 101. On lap 89 of 150. Lap time 15.149.
Outside. Clear
P10.
high.
Laps of fuel 100. On lap 90 of 150.
That is not a spot.
Lap time 15.123. P10. Laps of fuel 99.
Greg,
On
you're all
lap
good.
91 of 150.
That Jeff?
You're all good, but thank you.
Oh, dude, I guess I'm
Lap
really
time
outside.
15.151.
Wheel
P10.
out there.
Laps of fuel 98. On
Clear
lap
high.
92 of
Fast guys
150.
are running 14.887. Good job, man. Don't change your
Lap
line. They're
time
going to move.
15.195.
Outside. Clear, clear.
P9.
P7. Get
Laps
the
of fuel 97.
14.7.
On lap 93 of 150.
That's it, man. Stay up on him. He'll move.
Lap time 15.244. P9. Laps of fuel 96. On lap 94 of 150. Lap time 15.223. P9. Laps of fuel 95. On lap 95 of 150. Lap time 15.175. P9. Laps of fuel
No pressure
94.
out the back.
On lap
The gap,
96
3.
of 150. Lap time 15.155. P9. Laps of fuel 93. On lap 97 of 150.
They know you're coming.
Lap time 15.166. P9. Laps of fuel 92.
Leaders running
On lap 98 of 150.
7 outside. Still out there. Earl, get him the fuck out of the way. Alright. Still there.
Lap
Clear
time
now.
15.354. P9. Laps of fuel 91.
Put up, my
On
man.
lap
Earl,
99
you're on
of
the way.
150. Lap time
Outside.
15.241. P9.
Clear.
Laps of fuel 90. On lap 100 of 150.
Good job, man. Don't change your line. They're gonna move.
Lap time 15.215. P9. Laps of fuel 89. On lap 101 of 150. Lap time 15.129. P9. Laps of fuel 88. On lap 102 of 150.
Go low.
Outside.
Lap time
Clear.
15.204. P9. Laps of fuel 87. On lap 103 of 150. Lap time 15.139. P9. Laps of fuel 86. On
Fast
lap
guys are running
104 of 150.
15.295. Good lap.
Lap time 15.086. P9. Laps of fuel 85.
62 pitting.
On lap 105 of 150. Lap time 15.185. P9. Laps of fuel 84. On lap 106 of 150. Lap time 15.137. P9. Laps of fuel 82. On lap 107
Outside.
of 150.
Clear.
Lap time 15.321. P9. Laps of fuel 81. On lap 108 of 150. Lap time 15.269. P9. Laps of fuel 80. On lap 109 of 150. Lap time 15.243. P9. Laps of fuel 79.
Fast guys are
On
running
lap 110 of 150. Lap time 15.194. P9. Laps of fuel 78. On lap 111 of 150. Lap time 15.158. P9. Laps of fuel 77. On lap 112 of 150.
Outside.
Lap time
Clear.
15.284. P9. Laps of fuel 76. On lap 113 of 150.
Those lappers out of the way, Earl. And 4.
Lap time 15.638. P9. Laps of fuel 75. On lap 114 of 150.
Outside. still outside.
Lap time 15.797.
Clear high, clear high.
P9. Laps of fuel 74. On lap 115 of 150.
Spit up, my man. Tell him you're on the way.
Lap time 15.389. P9. Laps of fuel 73.
Fast guys running 15.
On lap 116 of 150.
Clear.
Lap time 15.422. P9. Laps of fuel 71. On lap 117 of 150. Lap time 15.327. P9. Laps of fuel 70. On lap 118 of 150.
4 coming out.
Slow car on the bottom.
Lap time 15.359. P9.
Spit up, my man.
Laps
Tell
of
him you're
fuel
on the way.
69. On lap 119 of 150. Lap time 15.382. P9. Laps of fuel 68. On lap 120 of 150. Lap time 15.490. P9. Laps of fuel 67. On lap 121 of 150.
Got some of those?
Lap time 15.445. P9.
Quick work, these guys are all.
Laps of fuel
I got 'em, man. I
66.
told them they're hollering at them.
On lap
Outside.
122 of
Fast guys on the
150.
track are running 15.436.
It's just about
Lap time
Wally.
15.716. P9.
Yeah,
Laps of fuel 65. On lap
got 1 point to give, though.
123 of 150. Lap time 15.594. P9. Laps of fuel 64. On lap 124 of 150. Lap time 15.536. P9. Laps of fuel 63. On lap 125 of 150. Lap time 15.631. P9. Laps of fuel 62. On lap 126 of 150. Lap time 15.671. P9. Laps of fuel 60. On lap 127 of 150. Lap time 15.680. P9. Laps of fuel 59.
Fast guys running 15.
On lap 128 of 150.
You know you're on the way.
You didn't need to bring Thomas with you.
Lap time 15.791. P9.
Clear.
Laps of
I
fuel
appreciate the
58.
coincidental draft.
On lap 129 of
Yeah,
150.
get that draft, huh?
Dang it, we got DQ'd.
Lap time 15.895. P9. Laps of fuel 57.
plenty of room up there.
On lap 130 of 150.
I just couldn't hang on to it and hit the wall. That's all it took.
20
Lap
laps to
time
go.
15.905. P9. Laps
We'll
of
take a look
fuel
at it here.
56.
I got nothing from
On
up here,
lap
Dad.
131 of 150. Lap time 15.984. P9. Laps of fuel 55. On lap 132 of 150. Lap time 15.885. P9. Laps of fuel 54. On lap 133 of 150. Lap time 15.933. P9. Laps of fuel 53. On lap 134 of 150. Lap time 16.075. P9. Laps of fuel 52. On lap 135 of 150. Lap time 16.092. P9. Laps of fuel 51. On lap 136 of 150. Lap time 16.031. P9. Laps of fuel 50. On lap 137 of 150. Lap time 16.132. P9. Laps of fuel 49. On lap 138 of 150. Lap time 16.167. P9. Laps of fuel 48. On lap 139 of 150. Lap time 16.081. P9. Laps of fuel 47. On lap 140 of 150. Lap time 16.203. P9. Laps of fuel 46. On lap 141 of 150. Lap time 16.151. P9. Laps of fuel 45. On lap 142 of 150. Lap time 16.167. P9. Laps of fuel 44. On lap 143 of 150. Lap time 16.142. P9. Laps of fuel 42. On lap 144 of 150.
Outside. All clear.
Lap time 16.430. P9. Laps of fuel 42.
I doubt you'd be giving me that one back.
On lap 145 of 150.
Stay low here.
Oh, sorry.
Got that right.
5 to go.
Lap time 16.973. P9. Laps of fuel 41. On lap 146 of 150. Lap time 16.206. P9. Laps of fuel 39. On lap 147 of 150.
Should be 2 more laps.
Lap time 16.260. P9. Laps of fuel 38. On lap 148 of 150.
White flag this time.
Fucking wind sim doesn't kick on at Bristol
Lap
because the
time
speeds aren't high enough. I'm fucking
16.298.
sweating.
P9. Laps of fuel 37. On lap 149 of
Sweaty, good
150.
racing.
Good battle. Leafs and the Jets. Look at that.
Lap time 16.236. P9.
Check a flag.
Hey, see you
Laps
later,
of
guys.
fuel
Good job.
37.
Thanks, Lee.
On lap 2
Good
of
job, guys.
206.
Roger that.
Good run, Jason.
Great job, Ron, Malik, all you guys. Good job preparing that car. Everybody back home, actually. We had a really good race car off the truck. Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun, guys. Good job.
All right, man, you want to pull in that first one? How are we going to make it, Earl? We're pulling in now.
Hey, you guys are probably fine.
Yeah, roll on through. You guys are good.
Nice podiums, guy. Nice win there, Dwayne.
Yeah, way to go, Dwayne. That was a good race, guys.
Thank you.